Okay, good evening, Doc. Good evening po. Uh, continue tayo sa tongue diagnosis may DC, topographic of the tongue. So the tongue is with many other parts of the body reflect the condition of the various internal organs. This is seen in both the tongue general appearance and changes in specific areas of the tongue. There are three basic models that depict what the various areas of the tongue represent. The models are not intrinsically contradictory, but support and supplement each other. So we have the first model. The tongue is divided into three zones. Each zone represents one of the three jiao. The upper jiao can be seen in the front third of the tongue, yung nasa front po ng dila. The posterior third naman of the tongue is the lower jaw. So we have the lower jaw, yung likod po ng tongue, and in between them is the middle jaw. So here, yung illustration, yung lower jaw, yung likod, and the upper jaw is the front ng tongue, and we have the middle jaw in between the two. So ito po yung three jaws sa tongue. Sa second model, the front and the sides of the tongue are the areas that will manifest changes if there is an invasion of the evil chi in the exterior. So, habang exterior pa po yung invasion, front and sides po yung pwedeng magkaroon ng changes. The areas that are inside of and behind these areas will reflect the body's interior. So, opposite po ng front and sides of the tongue, beyond this is considered naman as interior. These areas will manifest changes if exogenous evil chi penetrates into interior. So, tandaan po natin pag front and sides, exterior, and from beyond this point naman, kung doon na may changes, it is considered naman as interior. In the third model, the imbalance in the various sangpu organs manifest in specific areas of the tongue. It is important to remember that this model reflects an organ's physical location in the body and not its energetic or functional location. So, physical location mismo talaga ang merong specific changes. This means that the liver, which physiologically belongs to the lower jaw, is to be found in the middle jaw area of the tongue. Something that is also seen in its pulse position. So, pwedeng makikita po yung changes within the middle jaw sa liver condition, and mache-check po natin dun sa pulse position. This is in accordance with its anatomical location in the body. Some sources place the liver on the left side of the tongue and the gallbladder on the right side. So yung iba po na mga author, yung left side is the liver and yung kabilang side represent the gallbladder. Other source assign both sides of the tongue to the liver and gallbladder jointly. So yung iba naman, pares nagre-represent. I personally utilize the latter in practice as imbalances in the gallbladder channel are usually caused by liver imbalances. And therefore, both organs are involved and will be reflected on the tongue. So, nire-recommend niya na both left and right represent ng gallbladder and liver. Likewise, the very center of the tongue is often assigned to the stomach and the area around it to the spleen. So yung center is the stomach and the area surrounding is the spleen. But the whole central area can also be seen as being represented of the stomach and spleen. So, parehas din lang. Combine yung stomach and spleen daw. Similarly, some sources divide the root of the tongue into 4 zones. We have the kidney, urinary bladder, small intestine, and large intestine. While other sources define the whole area as corresponding to all 4 organs at the same time. So, pwede po yung itong 4 organs represent nitong likod ng tongue. Again, I mostly utilize the latter interpretation. So the author uses all these 4 organs represent the back part ng tongue. In clinical practice, you must compare the tongue with the rest of the symptoms and signs. So, lagi po natin i-connect yung tongue appearance or characteristics with the symptoms and signs represented by the patient. This will help to define which of these organs is manifesting on the root of the tongue. The kidneys only have a deficient pattern. So dito tandaan po natin, deficient pattern po yung kidney. Conversely, the other 3 organs on the root tends towards excess pattern. So this means that if the root of the tongue, for example, has a greasy yellow coating with raised papillae, it indicates that there is damp heat present in the lower jiao. So dito, yung kidney do not have a pattern of damp heat kasi sabi dito, kinoconsider niya ang kidney pattern as deficiency, and having a damp heat and characteristic na greasy yellow coating is an excess condition. So hindi na natin i-consider ang kidney, but we could also connect this with the other 3 organs. So ito po yung description. Pag sa exterior pa po, front and sides. Pag pumasok na sa interior, nasa may middle na po ng tongue. Areas of the tongue that reflect how deep an invasion of exogenous evil chi has penetrated into the body. So once nakita po natin na nasa gitna na po yung changes ng tongue, meaning pumasok na po sa interior yung condition. Pero pag dito pa po sa my sides, meaning exterior pa po yung ano. So by this knowing whether interior exterior, dun po natin ano po yung treatment principle and points na gagamitin. Be one of the other 3 organs that are manifesting damp heat. So sabi ko kanina, in connection with the other slide na nauna po kanina, hindi na po natin i-consider yung kidney because it is connected with deficiency, and that other 3 organs could be related here since damp heat is an excess condition. If the person has a burning sensation when urinating, this will confirm that it is the urinary bladder and not the intestine that is affected by damp heat. So, tatanungin po natin from the characteristic of the tongue, ano po yung symptoms na magkoconnect po sa urinary bladder, which is tatanungin po natin kung meron siyang burning sensation sa pag-iihi. On the other hand, if the person has a diarrhea and ang characteristic po ng tongue is damp heat, will not be in the urinary bladder, but in the intestine naman. So, ang diagnosis natin dito is damp heat in the intestine. If the root of the tongue is peeled and lacks coating, this indicates yin deficiency condition. This will therefore be more indicative of link to the kidney. So, di ba kanina sinabi ko sinabi sa slides na ang kidney is connected with deficiency. So, when na-diagnose natin sa tongue, na meron siyang peeled and lax coating, which indicate a deficiency. So we can connect this characteristic of the tongue with the kidney deficiency rather than connecting it with the intestine and urinary bladder. So kailangan natin i-connect din ito to another question relating to kidney signs and symptoms sa pasyente. One must also remember that it is not only the sangfu organs, but also the three jiao that can be seen in the tongue. For example, a general condition of damp heat in the lower jiao could manifest on that area of the tongue. So, hindi lang po sangfu organs, pwede rin natin i-connect as a whole as a lower jiao na diagnosis. The tip of the tongue reflects the heart, and the area behind the tip reflects the lung. The center of the tongue manifests the stomach and spleen. The sides of the tongue reflects the condition of the liver and gallbladder, and the root, the lower jaw organs, which includes the kidney, urinary bladder, and the intestines. So ito po yung illustration. Yung sa front, we have the heart. This is followed by the lungs. Kung may mga changes po dito sa area ng tongue, we could follow up with questions relating to the signs and symptoms that the patient could manifest. So, stomach and spleen, pwede po magkaroon ng diarrhea. And sa liver, gallbladder, sa large intestine, small intestine, kidney naman, and urinary bladder, kung may mga changes dito sa area ng tongue. So, thank you po for listening.
Thank you very much, Sir Dino. Did you all like the lecture? No
Yes,
question?
Doc.
Yes, Doc.
Okay.
Doc.
So, ano pa lang
Thank you, Sir Dino.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sir Dino.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, mukhang gusto na nila umuwi kasi ready na sila for the okay. So now I am very excited because dadami na yung marunong tumingin talaga ng tongue. And I tell you, it really pays off because the tongue will actually teach you what to do. And in the near future, we will also ask Sir Dino to lecture on the pulse. Ganun kagaling si Sir Dino, na-master na niya yung pulse and tongue diagnosis. And when you see a patient for the first time, it is important that you do tongue and pulse simultaneously. Yan. Or you may want to look at the tongue first kasi the pulse kasi is easily affected by external conditions. Like for example, kagagaling niya sa labas, it's so mainit. So, and nakita ka pa, baka natakot sa mukha mo. So, it will really affect the pulse. So, what do we usually do? Our style is, we needle the ear and to calm the patient. At the same time, we would use only 3 or max of 4 needles. So we use the same protocol, Shenman, sometimes the brain or the sympathetic, if you see a patient who's so in pain, no? And then we look at kung ano ba yung chief complaint niya, and you need to know the etiology, the root cause, and you can only determine the cause if you look at the tongue. So after the tongue, medyo kung kampante na nakakalma na yung patient mo, then we would feel the pulse. And mind you, our group has discovered a very simple approach. You may not be able to make you master all the 29 pulses. We'll teach you how to do it. So thank you for joining us sa ating study group. Okay, so di pala masyadong hindi po talaga kasi lalo na pag mainit sa labas, no? Okay. So if you feel the pulse, initially you would have to, no, I'm sorry. If you see the patient for the first time, unahin mo muna yon. And then while you check you start asking questions already, because from the ear and the tongue, eventually mayroon ka ng working diagnosis. Okay. Then the pulse, first you need to determine, ano ba to? Hot or cold? Kasi kung mabilis, talagang ano yan. Okay, anyway, we're very excited. I'm sure Dr. Ryan is also very excited on June 4, di ba, Ma'am Liza? Oh, so, yon. Okay. No questions? Ang galing talaga ni Sir Dino, walang tanong, no? I hope you enjoyed the lecture as much as I did. And we will continue po tomorrow. Are you sure there are no questions? Okay. The pulse po kasi, you know what I like about the pulse? This will actually tell you if the treatment is correct, no? If initially your pulse rate, medyo mabilis yung pulse, no, rapid, so you might, of course, gusto mong eliminate yung heat, no? So if you hit the right points, then you're going to see a change very, very fast. Kung wala pa rin, baguhin mo na yung probably your diagnosis is not correct. Okay? So yon. Thank you very much. If there are no questions, will you join us again tomorrow evening? Tomorrow will be our last because wala tayong sa 29 because meron po tayong ibang and on the 30th we invite you to really join the Guasha series of lectures by Dr. Webster Lim, who is the president of the Philippine Academy of Acupuncture, that will run for 7 nights. Okay, Ma'am Michelle. Yes.
Doc, may tanong lang po ako. Yung sa assessment niyo po ba sa kabilang GC, yung sa
Diagnostics.
yung sa answer key po, ano po ba ang ibig sabihin ng letter E, all of the above?
E. Opo, all
Kasi
of
apat
the
lang po yung given.
inaral mo na, grabe. Yeah, meron kasi tayong Morse type. When you say Morse type, we have a code, Morse code, no? Like if 1, 2, and 3 are correct, you answer A. If 1 and 3, the first and third statements are correct, you answer B. 2 and 4, C. If only 4 is correct, you write D. And if all are correct, E. Grabe, nag-aral na si Ma'am Michelle. Okay.
May ganun pala.
Okay.
Kasi hindi ko po alam kung saan ako magsimula. Kaya tiningnan ko muna yung para guided po ako.
Okay. The first one is the simple multiple choice. And then I think there's the association type, modified matching, and the Morse type. Okay? Okay.
Okay po, Doc.
Thank you po. So, see you again tomorrow. Thank you po sa ating. Can you give a thumbs up to Sir Dino? Thank you very much, Sir Dino, for the very comprehensive presentation. Thank you po. Thank you for the thumbs up. Yeah. Thank you po. Tomorrow po, meron pa po tayo, 8 to 9. Good night, everyone. See you po. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Doc. Good night po. Good night, everybody.
Good night, Dino.
See you tomorrow. Bye-bye po. Please check the PowerPoint, no? On the group chat. Bye-bye.